2002 is a season of changes in the elite class of MotoGP. The 500 class is no more, and the booming four-stroke 990cc bikes are now set to rule the roost for the foreseeable future. With environmental issues at stake, the Premier class reinvents itself and gives a new lease of life to everybody involved in the sport. Valentino chooses to stay with Honda and is once again the favourite for the title, especially as he will ride their brand new RC211V machine in a factory team alongside Toru Ukawa. The move means an end to Rossi's famous yellow livery as he takes on the famous Repsol Honda colours for his bid to add another crown to his name, that of MotoGP World Champion. The season gets underway at Suzuka, and unsurprisingly Valentino and his new Honda take pole. The rain is pouring down, but the Italian is high on confidence, and despite the best efforts of wildcard rider Rio on the Suzuki, Valentino takes the full 25-point haul in the first race, exactly the result he wanted to kick off the year. From here to Donington Park, the top spot escapes him only once, when he finishes a close second to teammate Ukawa in Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Graziano and Valentino Rossi.
Donington Park, and a milestone in our young star's career, his 100th Grand Prix, and Father Graziano presents him with a record of his achievements thus far. The win at Donington will be his 46th out of 100 races, but the weekend gets off to a far from perfect start when a rare crash in qualifying leaves him with a fractured thumb and a trip to the local hospital. However, come race day, it's business as usual. At a tight and twisty Saxon ring, it looks as though the two-strokes will be making a fight back, threatening Rossi's winning streak, with Jacques and Barros leading Rossi with just a few laps to go on their more nimble 500s. However, an error by the Brazilian Barros on the last lap sends himself and Jacques spinning into the gravel and leaves Valentino free to take his 7th win in a row. Despite missing out at Brno due to tyre problems, Rossi has the title wrapped up by the time the championship hits Brazil.
It's like a dream, you know. Now win the championship in all the classes, and you know, the first moment after you win the championship is difficult to understand. You have the adrenaline from the race, difficult to explain. But anyway, is great. It's great for me, for Honda, for all my team, all my mechanics, and all my fans from all the world. Already every time trusting me, so I'm very happy.
After clinching the title, the last 4 races are shared between himself and new V5 rider Alex Barros. Nevertheless, the year belongs to Valentino, who once again rises head and shoulders above the rest with a new record points total in the Premier class. He now has 4 titles under his belt and is elite champion on 2 levels, 500cc and now MotoGP.
Ciao a tutti, sono Valentino Rossi, campione del mondo della MotoGP e oggi ho deciso di farvi una sorpresa e di presentarvi e di farvi vedere tutti i segreti della mia compagna, la Honda 4 tempi, con cui ho vinto il mondiale e niente, adesso vi porto a fare un giro con me. Andiamo. Pronto, pronto? Mi sentite, non mi sentite? Sto partendo dai box. Spero che voi mi sentiate. È sempre strano girare in un circuito il giorno dopo della gara. C'è la sensazione di tipo uno stadio vuoto.
The 2003 season begins with hopes as high as ever for the new year, and with Vale just as relaxed in pre-season testing.
Ciao, I'm Valentino Rossi from Repsol Honda team, and we fight this year for make the same result than last year. Ciao.
Rossi is once again the centre of attention as the MotoGP World Championship season gets underway at the Suzuka circuit in Japan. In the race, he doesn't get the greatest of starts once again, but quickly regains position to serve up a mouth-watering clash with his compatriots Max Biaggi and Loris Capirossi. Rossi runs out victorious, but if the race had lasted just a lap longer, he'd have been in trouble because his RC211V runs out of fuel on the lap of honour. The second race of the year cut short what looked as though it was going to be another triumphant waltz for the world champion. Handed the leadership in the Honda Gresini team after the tragic death of Dajiro Kato in Suzuka, Sete Gibernau performs impeccably throughout the weekend and inflicts Rossi's first defeat of the season. The reigning champion, the one they all aim for now in MotoGP, has another bad start and spends much of the race in intense conflict with MotoGP new boy Troy Bayliss. However, the South African race isn't the only time Rossi is to miss out on the top spot after being beaten to the line. Just as in 2002 he began to look unbeatable, in 2003 Rossi looks as if he could be vulnerable. Gibernau beats him on the line in France and in Germany. While in Catalonia, he makes a mistake that leaves him out of contention for victory. In a rainy Holland, he's third. But in Great Britain, an overtaking manoeuvre under a yellow flag causes officials to penalise him 10 seconds, relegating him to second place. He may not be having as dominant a season as he had in 2002, but Rossi never once finishes outside the podium placings. and he continues to rack up the wins. Rossi has a special affection for Jerez and appreciates the thousands of fans who make the pilgrimage every year. Once again, he has problems on the first lap, but having nearly been in the gravel, he recovers to take the lead on the third lap and cruises to victory in front of 120,000 cheering spectators. The Italian Grand Prix is once again Valentino territory. He and his compatriots reclaim their land as their own in MotoGP and rule the roost in Mugello. Rossi takes the lead from Biaggi at the halfway stage, but at the end, it's Valentino from Capirossi by just under 2 seconds. Brno, the scene of his first ever Grand Prix victory and his nemesis Biaggi's favourite circuit, proves to be the setting for Rossi's recovery. He's gone 3 races without a win. His Honda and that of Gibernau battle to the line once more, and this time it's the Italian who comes up trumps in the dive for the flag. The pre-race critics are silenced. In Portugal, as if to prove that he's once again on top of his game, the Honda star becomes the first rider for nearly a season to win back-to-back races in MotoGP. The first, of course, since he himself achieved the feat in Rio last year when he claimed the title. His 5th victory of the season is one of his most dominant ever.